Yo, intentional squad, intentional gang, intentional family, intentional people. Hope you guys are doing good today, man. Hope this video finds you in a good space. And if not, let's change that real quick. We want to give gratitude, man. We're going to start off with saying thank you for everything. Thank you for life. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for our breath in our bodies, life in our bodies, and the flow in our veins. Thank you for everything, the things that we see and we don't see. I just want to give a shout out to the Almighty, man, the man upstairs, the big dog, the overseer, the higher power, the higher version of self, man, the most high. Whatever you want to call him, her, it. I just want to say thank you. I just want to give bigs up. I just want to say I'm grateful. Thank you for the opportunity for me to understand some of the lessons that I may not understood back then, but now I'm understanding them now. Music, some good music, man. Gang. Got some good Bob Marley going. Let's keep that going, man. Let's keep that attitude of gratitude, man. Cause with that being in our path, man, there's no one that can bring us down except for us. So today I want to talk about some stuff that I hate, man. I hate seeing some older folks without a financial plan, right? When they were young, when we, like us, and eventually that's going to be us, some of us, if we don't take heed, if we don't pay attention, if we don't take control of the situations that's in hand, right? I'll never forget this, right? Once upon a time, I saw this older man named Frère Renel. Brother Renel. You know, I'm Haitian, I got to give it to you the same way I get it. So Frère Renel, right? Frère Renel was an older gentleman. He had the biggest crush on my aunt, right? My Aunt Janine. God rest her soul. She was a true queen, right? And I remember when I was a kid, I said, like, Auntie, you know, Frère Renel got a crush on you. She's like, me? He can't do nothing for me. He ain't got no money. And ever since that, man, it hit me, man, like, not just then, but throughout life, that you really have to have value as a man. Listen, no matter how big your meat is, right? No matter how much meat you got, even if you're Arby's, right? You may have all the meat. But if you don't got all the money, then you can't really keep no honey. Because guess what? Stomachs growl. You may be able to listen, you're gonna need some money, you're gonna have things to do. And especially when you have all that meat, there's gonna come some kids that's gonna come from all that, right? When they're gonna require some money, they're gonna require some food, they're gonna require maintenance, they're gonna require not maintenance, but maintenance, right? You gotta take care of your kids, you gotta take care of your seeds, your offsprings. So Frère Renel was a very big teacher back then, man. He was like, wow. Because Frère Renel lived in a basement. I didn't tell you guys that, right? Frère Renel lived in the basement of our house. And the basement wasn't even like the nicest thing. It wasn't like, it was the basement, bro. In an old house, had spiders. I don't even think some of the kids were allowed to go back there or down there, right? But we used to go down there because he was cool with me, but he hated my older brother. Like they had their own personal drama going on. But we never knew that Frère Renel suffered from depression. He ain't had no woman, he ain't had no kids, ain't nobody checking for him, right? And it never really dawned on me that he was depressed. The whole time this brother was living downstairs, he was going to church. And again, some people go to church because it's like, hey, it's a crew, it's a community. I get the hell out the house, you know what I mean? And it's good. It's good, right? Depending on who you are, with whatever you want. Listen, whatever floats your boat, don't sink mine. So with Frère Renel going to church, it was a good escape, man. So he could get out that basement. And he used to flirt with my aunt, man. He had like about 3 teeth, man. And she, you know, they were nice to her, right? Because my auntie was pleasant. She was a lady, right? But she was a lady with standards, and I couldn't understand that. Listen, if I'm gonna spend my time with you, her thinking was there has to be some type of, right, like a benefit. And sometimes we're so under the influence of love that we think the person's supposed to love you because of who you are, but that person has requirements too, and you can't blame them. you can't fault them for having needs and wants and standards. And shout out to my aunt for teaching me about standards at a very young age. I probably was about like, what, 10 when she told me that he couldn't do nothing for me, baby. And I didn't understand. I'm like, but he could love you and you guys could hold hands and walk in the park. And she's like, baby, he couldn't even buy me ice cream if he wanted to. And she was right. He was the groundskeeper of the house. But I don't want to shit on Fueganel because he came to America a little bit later. He was a bit older, you know. His race in life started much later. But nevertheless, he still had needs. He still had wants. He still had the need for love. And brothers, I'm talking to the brothers right now, man. If you have the need for love, that love is going to have the need for money. It requires funding, right? You can't have fun without funds, right? If you want to have fun, add the D, which is dollars, right? You want to have a lot of fun, you must have a lot of funds. Put the D in the S. It's for dollars. If you want to have fun. Straight up. The D in the S. That's how life works, man. Ain't nobody gonna get the D from you for free. I mean, if they could start off like that, but eventually it's gonna go to the person who could sustain me, who could help me. Because we all, I know y'all don't want to say we all don't need help, but what's the point of you being here if you can't help me or you're not pouring into me? If you can't see that, hey, on this hot day, I might need a, what you call it? Not a cold brew, but a motherfucking refresher from Dunkin' Donuts or from Starbucks. You know, one of them dragon fruit refreshers. Depending on the age, cool. And depending on the situation, which is cool, you may not be able to afford that all the time, but for you to, there's a major difference between I'm broke at the moment versus I don't see when this is gonna come, when the next dollar is gonna come. There's a major difference. And I'm gonna be honest, man, in my life, certain people will rock with you until you find that next dollar, but most people don't. Most people won't. And it's not their fault. Don't put yourself in a fucked up predicament. So the point of this conversation, this video is, let's not be Fueganels, right? Let's not be the old guy who's gonna be mad at the world, right? Because he's not where he needs or he would like to be. Let's not be the old guys in the nursing home who's angry, bitter, right? Never learn how to control their lust, so we over here causing the nurses to have a hard time. The poor CNAs to don't want to deal with us. They mad at you because you're a pervert, right? You never controlled your lust. Let's not be those old guys who are a burden to our families, right? Let's not be in somebody's basement with no saying. Whenever the bathroom flush, you could smell it because the plumbing was bad. Let's not be Fueganels, bro. And you know, I hope he's still alive. And if he's not, rest in peace to the king, man. He was a king because he was a valuable teacher for me. And at 36, I'm like, damn. It just dawned on me, bro was mad at the world because he didn't feel like he had a fair shot. And don't nobody owe you nothing, man. Nobody owe me nothing. It's upon us to add value while we're young. I understand there's this whole soft guy era, which is cool. Listen, I'm going hard right now era. So when I'm older, I could be a soft gentleman era. That sounds way better. Soft gentleman. Like, bro, we go get our nails done. We go get our feet done, bro. We checking on our properties, bro. We getting our lineups. We getting our dreads. We take care of ourselves. We riding in whatever car you want to ride, in a Cadillac, a Benz, a Range, and you're not killing yourself right now trying to do it because you have residual income. That means you got money coming in while you're going out, right? But it takes a moment of sacrifice, and the moment of sacrifice is your youth. And I'm not saying sacrifice, don't have no fun, don't treat yourself to nothing, right? But there's also delayed gratification, bro. Sis, like, while we have youth in our body, breath left, let's do what's right. So we're not the old guys who's mad at the new guys, because there's always going to be the younger generation who's going to have the wave. They're going to have the money. They're always going to remind us that we're not doing it, bro. And this is not to compare and contrast, but men, all we do is compare ourselves to others, in a sense, right? Until we get to the point of like, all right, we're comfortable. But even then, you still like, you want more, you want to do more, you want to be more. You have that drive, man. So let's not give it up right now, yo. Let's work these bullshit jobs until we figure out how to get ahead. Let's work these little jobs, bro, so we can stack our bread and talk to our ladies and tell them this is my mission right now. Listen, I can go outside and risk my life, risk my freedom, and bring the bag in, and then we could get the brag in, right? And we could go to Saks and record the whole shit and really not make any smart financial investments, right? Like, bro, it takes a strong man to sit down like, look, babe, this is what I'm doing right now. This is where I'm at right now. After this certain amount of period, this is what we're doing next month. We got this thing coming up. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna do it all the way. But after that, it's grind time. What type of life do you want to live? I'm not worried about right now. Right now, okay, cool. This is where I'm at. I had to be clear with myself. When you open up a GPS, bro, first thing you have to identify what street you're on. The next thing is gonna identify your end goal, your final destination. Excuse me. Once you realize your final destination, you look at the partner or your co-pilot or your passenger. Hey, this is where we're going. So they understand when we're in traffic, they're not mad like, yo, are we there yet? No, it's gonna take us an hour to get to this destination. It's gonna take us a year to get to that destination. Can you do it? Don't hold nobody hostage. Ain't nobody. Listen, bro. We're gonna have to sacrifice a period of time so we can have a period of time where we no longer have to sacrifice. It's cool. It's cool. Some of us may have to go back to school to get that career that adds that oomph to our rear, right? So we can walk in somewhere and this is what I'm worth. You can be worth that, but if you don't have that value in your mind, you're worth that. But if on paper you don't have that value, ain't nobody gonna pay to you. Like, you ever see stores with like high price items? They never get sold. Listen, don't be sitting on the shelf the rest of your life. You're too good to do these jobs. I understand, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm tired of working these fucking jobs, bro. But guess what? These bills don't stop. These needs don't stop, bro. My kids' feet don't stop growing, bro. Your kids' feet don't stop growing, sis. Like, what we doing? What we doing? Listen, don't be fragging at us, right? Don't be like him. Don't be the brother. And if that's what you want to do, that's cool too. But don't expect for us the people who did the work to hold you down all the time. For you to reach out with an emergency and it be our emergency. Right? When we on our 50s, bro, like, we should be taking trips. We shouldn't be like, oh, I'm about to apply for this job. Like, bro, then, nah, that conversation has to be different. I'm calling all my co-creators, all my intentional family, all my intentional beings, bro. Let's do the work now while we're young. 20s, we played around with that, right? We was figuring shit out. 30s, still, but 40s gotta be different. 50 gotta be something different. 60 something special. Greece, Turks and Caicos, timeshare, or property in different countries. Like why? Like, yo, listen. Let's learn how to become our own banks. Learn how to money really work, man. How to make that dollar be $2. Let's give ourselves the grace. Understand that this is a race, and we've been running it backwards, right? With fucking blindfolds on. Like, financial literacy is something that is like so much information that is too much information. But let me not ramble on too long, man. Listen, sit down, come up with a game plan. You might have to go and revisit that game plan a few times with your partner if you have one. If you don't, you might have to revisit that game plan with yourself a few times. This month, I'm on a peanut butter and jelly diet. Bro, this is what people do to get ahead. This month, I ain't watching cable now. I'm on my phone. I got all the apps. I'm winning. Yo, your homeboy caught, yo, bro, nah. Your homegirl, yo, nah. It's lock-in season. So I don't become fragging, right? It's either I'm going to pour into my future, a fly, handsome grandpa, or a begging grandpa. Do they still do those people at Walmart that greet you at, like, the greeters? Remember those? Like, I was like, dog, this person don't need to be working here. But guess what? They got needs. And we always gonna have needs. You always gonna need a roof over your head. You always gonna need a place a car to drive, excuse me. You always gonna need something to eat. I understand everybody's intermittent fasting right now, but okay. Okay. Man, this shit is illegal. So much comes with adulting. They lied on the brochure, guys. They lied on the motherfucking brochure, man. And don't listen to your body, bro. I swear, adulthood has nothing but melatonin in it. Always tired. You got one thing to do, and you do it, and you're like, oh, I'm exhausted. But guess what? Don't listen to your body now. Because if we're tired now, how much tired are we going to be in our 40s, our 50s, our 60s? Are you going to be that guy who's like, yo, calling your kid like, hey, yo, let me get 20 real quick so I could get to work, you know? Or let me get 30 real quick so I could pay my prescriptions. Like, bro, even your kids gonna be like, damn, I wish my dad got it together. Your kid's wife, your kid's spouse gonna be like, oh, that's your daddy again. Like, that's not a good feeling, bro. You gotta crack a joke before you ask for something. Listen, guys and ladies, let's not be the old grandparents who's gonna be a burden to our family. Let's be a blessing. Let's figure some shit out, and let's work this out. Intentional family. Let me know if you guys feel the same way. Has there been any older person you realize that they didn't have it all together? And how did that make you feel? All right, guys. Stay being blessed by the best, and stay sucker free and prosper. Until next time, peace.